Okay, so this problem wants us to find the equation of the trend line that goes through the points 4, 12, and 12, 8. So to start, we first need to know the slope between the 2 points. Slope we know is change in y over change in x, or y2 minus y1. So we're going to do 8 minus 12, subtracting the y coordinates, over x2 minus x1, so the x coordinates are 12 and 4, 12 minus 4. That gives me that my slope is 8 minus 12 is negative 4, 12 minus 4 is 8. That gives me negative 0.5. So negative 1/2 is my slope. So knowing my slope, I then need to find my y-intercept. It looks like it might be 14, but I really need to calculate if that's accurate because it could be 14 or it could be 14.1 or 13.9. So I need to actually do the math out. I'm going to do that by taking y equals mx plus b, which is the equation of any line, and plugging in the slope that I just found for m, because that's the value that m is. So I'm going to plug in negative 0.5 for m. And then I'm going to pick one of my points. It doesn't matter which, so I'm going to pick this point. And I'm going to plug in 12 as my y value, because that's my y coordinate, and 4 as my x value, because that's my x coordinate. And I'm going to solve for b. So 12 equals negative 0.5 times 4 is negative 2. And then to get b by itself, I have to add 2 to both sides, which gives me b is 14. So it is actually 14. So the equation of my trend line is negative 0.5x plus my y-intercept, which is 14. And so the question also wants to know that if somebody's 10 years old, how long will it take them to run a mile? So if we look back real quick at our graph, 10 years old looks like somewhere around 9. It's what the graph looks like. But age is the x value. So I'm going to plug 10 years old in for my x value. So I'm going to take my equation, y equals negative 0.5x plus 14, and I'm going to replace x with 10 years old. So if somebody's 10, negative 0.5 times 10 plus 14, so negative 0.5 times 10 plus 14, and that gives me negative 5. Negative 0.5 times 10 is negative 5 plus 14, which gives me that a 10-year-old will likely run a 9-minute mile. And so that's how you make a prediction using your trend line. You just plug the value that you're interested in for the variable and solve.